episode presents Nickel Millionaire 2.0, where your dreams of becoming a millionaire can come true not once, but twice. In the first 2 months, one lucky episode subscriber will win a cool $1 million. Another lucky winner will take home another $1 million just 2 months after that. But wait, there's more. We've got loads of cash prizes to be won every week. Simply buy a minimum of $10 in credit or data. So the more you buy, the better your chances of hitting the jackpot. Nickel Millionaire 2.0. Join us every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 9 p.m. live on GRTS. AfriSoul, creating millionaires, changing lives.
Welcome to the future of transportation in the Gambia. The Bertel Harding Highway, a 22-kilometer double carriageway, is set to revolutionize travel and connectivity in our beloved country. For pedestrians, safety begins at the crossing. Use designated pedestrian crossings marked with patterned reflective signs known as cat eyes to ensure visibility and safety. Communities living along the highway must adapt to new safety measures.
Hello and welcome to the Saturday Newsroom, your broadcasting from studios here in Kanping along the Bertel Harding Highway. I am Mariam Dem and thanks for joining us coming up. The Gambia's Army Training School and Royal Army of the UK conclude a peace support training of trainers. Chief Guard of the Kajikali Crocodile Pool unveils secrets and history of the iconic attraction place. And police officers are under investigations following unprofessional conduct towards senior citizens. And in empowering youth, Club Telcom AM holds a taekwondo exam to foster discipline and respect. On international news, and Israel calls off aid to Gaza as it seeks to change ceasefire deal with Hamas. And Starmer says coalition of the willing to present Ukraine peace plan US. China's two-session leaders focus on economy, jobs, and welfare amidst rising challenges. Those are the headlines and now the news in detail. Many thanks for joining us. Let's now take a look at the news in detail. Now, the Gambia's Army Training School and the British Army short-term training team have collaborated to roll out a 3-week training of trainers on peace support operations. Samode Elbaji reports.
This graduation ceremony marked an important milestone in the strong ties between the Gambia Armed Forces and the Royal Army of the United Kingdom, as the Royal Army continues to create capacity-building opportunities for the Gambian forces, as 40 of its personnel concluded a peace support operation training.
The participants over the past 3 weeks have been equipped with the latest tactics, techniques, and procedures in peacekeeping, especially operational skills in the build-up areas. This includes house clearing drills, building defenses in the urban environment, casualty evacuation, urban counter ambushes, and drills, among others. Equally, the participants have been equipped with the latest methods of instructions which will enable them.
The officer in command of the British short-term training team, Captain Williams Hardwoods, thanked the Gambia Armed Forces for the hospitality bestowed on him and his team.
I would like to thank the Gambian Armed Forces Training School and particularly the Commandant, Captain Seka, and his team for showing my team and I the utmost hospitality throughout. The past 3 weeks underlines the special friendship between our two great nations, and long been a privilege to work with the Gambian Armed Forces. The students have been diligent, hardworking, and receptive to the training. I wish you good luck in the future, and I'm sure that if you deployed on operations tomorrow, you would all rise to the occasion. Sir, thank you again for your hospitality in this beautiful country.
The representative of the British High Commissioner to the Gambia, Elaine Booth, hailed the strong standing ties that existed between Banjul and London. She also described the training as impressive.
The Gambia and the UK have a shared history, a shared present with many UK tourists and British people living here in the Gambia and a Gambian armed force. But as a civilian, it's extremely impressive. Every time soldiers and officers from our respective armed forces interact, there's always a great exchange of knowledge, skills and experience. And I know by talking to Captain Hawksworth that the team have been impressed by your resilience and your dedication. They have learnt much from you and will take away experiences which they'll remember for life.
Commandant of the Republican National Guard, Brigadier General Yahya Drame, underscored that the training exercise had supported the Gambia Armed Forces as part of its security sector reform process, stating that it will add value to the already existing security cooperation between the two countries.
The training, like others conducted by the British Army, has helped the Gambia Armed Forces in the capacity building of its troops, which is in line with our security sector reform process agenda, Gambia and the United Kingdom. Accordingly, one would say the peace support operation, which leads to the training of trainers, is relevant to the Gambia Armed Forces in that it helps expose course participants to understand the prevailing tactics, techniques, and procedures that is used in modern warfare. The applicable methods in modern warfare leading to better mission successes and experience in the future, including that of peace support operations, which is humanitarian in nature. These modern methods also equip personnel with the requisite knowledge and skills to contribute successfully in conducting peace support operation training in the Gambia.
The graduation ceremony was capped off with a presentation of certificates to the participants and presentaries to the British Army short-term training team. For Star TV, I am Modu El Baji.
And in an interview with Star TV, the chief guard of the Kachikali Crocodile Pool in Bakau, Musa Bajo, says insights into the rich history and cultural significance of this unique site, which has...
In an exclusive interview with Star TV, Musa Bajo, who has dedicated over 14 years to guiding visitors at the Kachikali Crocodile Pool, significance to the local community. According to Bajo, the Kachikali Crocodile Pool was established by the Bojang family, the first settlers in Bakau, approximately 300 years ago. Here he explained how the name came and how the well turns into a pool.
Yeah, the pond was a well. They have a sister that came to the who am I is not important. What I'm crying is important. I'm crying because my child is in the well and I need someone to help to get this child out. So where Mai went to call two of her brothers by the name Tamba and Jali. And when they came, Jali as a younger brother was instructed to get down to the well and get this child out. And that's what he did. And he went down to the well and got the child out. And through that, the woman, the mother, was so pleased and happy that they helped her to get the child, even though that's the first time they see her. And she told them that it's my place. This is my place. I'm gonna give it to you. So the name Kachikali came from there. Something down, you pick it up, Kachika, because the child was sitting on the rock.
Rooted in the local culture, and the site has transformed from a simple well into a respected crocodile pool over the years. Bajo continues that the spiritual and healing properties attributed to the pool, noting that it serves as a refuge for individuals a child visit to take birth with the pond water in order to conceive. The Kachikali Crocodile Pool not only holds cultural importance but also contributes significant economy. Bajo highlighted the role of Gambians living abroad in promoting the site and market it to those who have never thought that they cannot get closer to a crocodile. Part of the challenges he mentioned is high cost of living, especially the fish price and standard of the place.
We are encountering, especially the fish price in the market today is very dear. That's a big challenge, standard. But we need to see the new face of this place. It needs to be more standard. So that's also like raw meat, chickens, whatever. This could change the behavior of the crocodile, because if they smell blood for food, this could change. We will be attracted to them. So to avoid any incident happening, that we feed them with fish.
That's great. Musa urged the public to be professional in any work that they do, as he got bullied and degraded by other people, but still remained professional, as this is a national duty.
What matters is what we are contributing. We are doing the national duties. It's a national duty. We, as a guide, tourist ambassadors of our country, because we market this country. So we are the first ambassador of our country. So I must cover that bond. So it is a national duties we are doing, so including everyone that came with thanks, and we are so grateful to everybody that visited this place, and we send every Gambian star. This is their home, it's our place, and we need to preserve it. I don't only talk about...
In his closing remarks, Bajo urged for the promotion and standardization of other histories. He noted that the affordability of visiting these attractions makes them accessible and appealing to both local and tourists. As the Kachikali crocodile pool continues to thrive as a cultural and economic cornerstone, Bajo's insights remind the public of the importance of preserving and promoting the Gambia's rich history and natural heritage. For Star TV News, this is Awasane.
Now, in response to a viral video depicting police officers verbally abusing a senior citizen, the Gambia Police Force has summoned the involved officers to the Human Rights and Professional Standards Unit for a thorough investigation amid growing public outrage and calls for accountability. More in this report.
The incident, which occurred at an unidentified police station, has a face showing officers engaging in a rude and aggressive confrontation with an elderly man. One of the officers was also seen slapping a young man. The language used by the officers has been described as disrespectful and uncivil, raising serious concerns about police brutality and the erosion of public trust in law enforcement. The Edward Francis Small Center has said the video with the Gambia Police Force and urged Inspector General of Police to ensure that these responsible are identified and held accountable. The center emphasized that such unprofessional conduct undermines the ongoing security sector reforms and tarnishes the reputation of the Gambia Police, which recently received the Best Police Award in West Africa. In a statement, the center reminded police officers of their constitutional mandate to protect and serve citizens, highlighting the importance of respecting and safeguarding the dignity of all individuals regardless of the circumstances. The center stressed that police officers are expected to maintain calm and professionalism even in challenging situations. They also called for an official apology from the IGP to the senior citizen and the public, asserting that if the Gambia Police Force is to regain public trust, its officers must consistently demonstrate respect and civility in their interactions with the community. In response to the incident, the Gambia Police Force acknowledged awareness of the situation and condemned the officers' actions. Those involved, the Gambia Police Force say, have been instructed to report to the Human Rights and Professional Standards Unit for investigation. The police management have reiterated their commitment to professionalism, accountability, and respect for human rights, the significance of public vigilance in ensuring a responsible police force. It is worth mentioning that consequences of such misconduct extend beyond individual accountability, as they jeopardize the integrity of the police force and hinder efforts to build a positive relationship with the community. As the investigation unfolds, the need for restoring public confidence and reinforcing principles of respect and professionalism remain paramount. Maria Madem, reporting for Star TV News.
Now in sports news, Club Khelcom AM held a taekwondo exam on Sunday at the St. Charles School in Fajikunda, aiming to reinforce discipline, respect and self-esteem among local youth. Mariette Toure has the details.
In an exclusive interview with Star TV, Musa Bajo, who has dedicated over 14 years to guiding visitors at the Kachikali Crocodile Pool, revealed engaging details about the attraction's origins and its significance to the local community. To Bajo, the Kachikali Crocodile Pool was established by the Bojang family.
Yeah, the pond was a well. They have a sister that came to the well every day to fetch water until one day, and when she came, she saw a woman who was sitting nearby the well, and this woman was crying. She asked her, "What are you crying and who are you?" The woman replies that my child is in the well and I need someone to help to get this child out. So where Mai went to call two of her brothers by the name Tamba and Jali. And when they came, Jali, as a younger brother, was instructed to get down to the well and get this child out. And that's what he did. And he went down to the well and got the child out. And through that, the woman, the mother, was so pleased and happy that they helped her. My place, this is my place, I'm going to give it to you. So the name Kachikali came from there. Something down, you pick it up, Kachika, because the child was sitting on the rock inside the well. So to pick him child out.
He explained that the name Kachikali is deeply rooted in the local culture, and that it serves as a refuge for individuals seeking relief from ailments, whereby sick people or women who find it difficult to bear a child visit to take birth with the pond water in order to conceive. The Kachikali Crocodile Pool not only holds cultural importance, but also contributes significantly in promoting the site and market it to those who have never thought that they cannot get closer to a crocodile. Part of the challenges he mentioned is high cost of living, especially the fish price and standard of the place.
We are encountering lots. Firstly, the high price of cost of living, especially the fish price in the market today is very dear. That's a big challenge, and also the standard of this place need to be more than this. We need to have a support, whereby we can standardize this place to become a place whereby and people that comes in will not regret it. I mean, people enjoy to come even at this standard, but we need to see the new face of this place. It needs to be more standard. So that's also a challenge.
So that's the fish is what you use to feed them?
Yeah, because feeding them with anything rather than fish, like raw meat, chickens, whatever, this could change the behavior that we feed them with fish.
That's great. Musa urged the public to be professional in any work that they do, as he got bullied and degraded by other people, but still remained professional, as this is a national duty.
What matters is what we are contributing to national duty. We, as a guide, tourist guide, we are the first ambassadors of our country, because we market our country. We show them everything that they need to know in this country. So we are the first ambassador of our country. So I must cover that bond. So it is a national duties we are doing, so including everyone that came with thanks. And we are so grateful to everybody that visited this place, and we send every Gambian star. This is their home, it's our place, and we need to preserve it. I don't only talk about...
In his closing remarks, Bajo urged for the promotion on Stante Island, among others. He noted that the affordability of visiting these attractions makes them accessible and appealing to both local and tourists. As the Kachikali Crocodile Pool continues to thrive as a cultural and economic cornerstone, Bajo's insights remind the public of the importance of preserving and promoting the Gambia's rich history and natural heritage. For Star TV News, this is Awasane.
From the story, we'll take a short commercial break, and when we return, the news continues. Stay tuned.
Welcome to the future of transportation in the Gambia. The Bertel Harding Highway, a 22-kilometer double carriageway, is set to revolutionize travel and connectivity in our beloved country. For pedestrians, safety begins at the crossing. Use designated pedestrian crossings marked with patterned reflective signs known as cat eyes to ensure visibility and safety. Communities living along the highway must adapt to new safety measures.
Welcome back after a short commercial break. If you're just tuning in, this is the Star TV newsroom and we broadcasting from studios here in Kanifing. I am Maria Madem and thanks for joining us. Let's now shift attention to some international news. Now, Hamas has rejected Israel's demand for an extension to phase 1 of the Gaza ceasefire, accusing it of blackmail over releasing more captives. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has blocked life-saving aid into the Strip, drawing global condemnation and concerns. Al Jazeera's Relay Charlson reports.
Long lines of aid trucks prevented from entering Gaza. Israel blockading crossings into the Strip and sparking fear that the food, water, and medical supplies delivered in the past 6 weeks may be the last.
Frankly, since the beginning of the war, they've been trying to starve us, and we fear people will starve due to the lack of aid and food supplies. People are afraid of a return to war and are facing death again.
At busy markets, prices quickly doubled.
People are afraid and are stocking up on food supplies, and the market traders are exploiting us and are not merciful. In the morning, the price of sugar was 5 shekels. The price has become 10 shekels now.
Phase 1 of the ceasefire deal has expired. Israel pushed for an extension through Ramadan and Passover, but Hamas is insisting Israel should abide by the terms of the original agreement. That means moving to Phase 2, where Israeli forces withdraw from Gaza and a permanent ceasefire is agreed. Egypt's foreign minister condemned Israel's move.
It cannot be accepted to use aid as a weapon for collective punishment and starvation. This is completely unacceptable and represents a blatant and flagrant violation of international humanitarian law.
Saudi Arabia called the halting of aid collective punishment. The UN says it's alarming. Aid groups say it's going to make surviving in Gaza even more difficult.
There is no water, there is no electricity. Most of the people who went to North Gaza Governorate, including Jabalia, Beit Hanun, and Beit Lahia, traveled for long distances, for kilometers, just to fetch water.
The war has left the majority of Gaza dependent on international aid. Now, with the roads into Gaza empty of trucks, the next few days and weeks are uncertain. Riley Carlson, Al Jazeera.
Now, British Prime Minister Keir Starmer says a coalition of the willing will present a peace plan for Ukraine to the United States after talks between Volodymyr Zelensky and Donald Trump dramatically collapsed on Friday. Starmer has hosted an emergency summit of European leaders and allies in London. They agreed to increase military budgets and boost Ukraine's defenses through economic and military aid. Al Jazeera's Melina reports from London, UK.
Can Ukraine win the war without America, Mr. President?
Another day, another venue, and another warm greeting. Keir Starmer welcoming Volodymyr Zelensky to a summit of European leaders in London. With Canada and Turkey in attendance too, a peace deal for Ukraine was top of the agenda.
We gather here today because this is a once-in-a-generation moment for the security of Europe.
Leading that effort are the UK and France, with the British Prime Minister announcing what he called a coalition of the willing to guarantee peace.
The UK is prepared to back this, with boots on the ground and planes in the air. Together with others, Europe must do the heavy lifting, support peace in our continent, and to succeed, this effort must have strong US backing. It's time to act, time to step up and lead, and to unite around a new plan for a just and enduring peace.
A new sense of urgency prompted by a shifting alliance.
What the European leaders meeting here in London will have to consider is an issue even bigger than peace in Ukraine, and that is how to face a future in which America may no longer be an ally that Europe can always rely on.
To prepare for that, the EU chief says defence needs a boost.
We urgently have to rearm Europe. On the 6th of March, when we have our European Council to the leaders, we all have understood that after a long time of underinvestment, it is now of utmost importance to step up the defense investment for a prolonged period of time.
The flurry of activity will comfort Ukraine's embattled president, here meeting the British King, an invitation that will boost morale, but one that the King had extended to President Donald Trump too. And as Zelensky addressed journalists before flying out, the American president was on his mind.
We count on assistance from the United States of America, without a doubt. I think stopping such assistance will only help Putin. And because of that, I think that the United States and representatives of the civilized world, leaders of this world, definitely won't help Putin.
Defiant or diplomatic, only time will tell. Milena Veselinovic, Al Jazeera, London.
Now moving on, thousands of officials, military leaders and business people gathered in Beijing for China's annual two-session meetings. Key topics include economic growth, job creation and welfare support amid a slowing economy. Citizens hope for solutions to low wages, youth unemployment and rising healthcare costs. A GDP target for 2025 is set to be announced alongside measures to boost spending and welfare. Real estate struggle and consumer confidence remain concerned. The impact of U.S. trade policies looms, while AI and tech innovation are expected to be major discussion points. Azira's Catherine Yu reports from Beijing.
Thousands of government officials, military leaders and business people are in Beijing to attend the annual two sessions meetings. In the coming days, they will set out China's priorities for the year. And while the most powerful people will be center stage, ordinary citizens will be watching closely, hoping for solutions to some of the challenges they are facing.
Salaries are low. It would be better to create more job opportunities so that the economy is more developed, especially private businesses.
China's aging phenomenon is more and more clear. If more medicines for chronic diseases are included in the National Medical Insurance Scheme, ordinary people would be able to use them.
Spurring growth in a slowing economy is high on the agenda. A GDP target for 2025 is due to be announced. The labour market is tight. Young people in particular are struggling to find jobs. A prolonged slump in the real estate sector is other than spend.
It's not like people don't have money. I think it's the willingness to spend, to consume. And you ask this question, why people are not spending money, right? Why people are not consuming? And I think people are saving for bad days.
The Chinese parliament is expected to announce new measures to boost consumption and in assistance for those bad days. Possible steps include raising pensions for the increasing number of senior citizens and providing more support for parents. Factors beyond Beijing's control are adding to the economic uncertainty. It's unlikely US President Donald Trump's name will be mentioned in any government document, but his policies are casting a long shadow over China's two sessions, and these include more tariffs on Chinese goods and restrictions on advanced technology. The latest advancements in artificial intelligence promise to be a hot topic of discussion. President Xi Jinping has urged them to innovate and contribute to his mission of building a more modern and resilient China. Katrina Yu, Al Jazeera, Beijing.
Now, I'm afraid the story is the student of this news bulletin. But before we go, a quick recap of the main headlines. The Gambia's Army Training School and Royal Army of the UK concludes a peace support training of trainers. Chief guard of the Kajikali Crocodile Pool unveils secrets and history of the iconic attraction. And police officers are under investigations following unprofessional conduct towards on international news. And Israel calls off aid to Gaza as it seeks to Hamas's coalition of the willing